Welcome to the first episode of Eswatini Lifestyle, a show about inspiration, passion, drive, and swag. I'm Lindy Matenja with my co-host Lunga Makele, looking all swagged up for the lifestyle. What's up, bruh?
You know what happens, man. It's Eswatini Lifestyle. We're all dripping, straight dripping in swag too. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good day, afternoon, minjani, ni right, sinasi right, nada. This is Eswatini Lifestyle. So you might be there asking yourself, what is Eswatini Lifestyle? So we just go around the 4 regions of Eswatini to experience the lifestyle yakhona. So we also try to find some inspiration in the arts, in the business, and also the lifestyle.
We love events too. You can invite us during this festive season. Ngisakhuluma njengama events sengiyakhumbula ukuthi phela he F&P Smooth Fest sashaya bavosho. Bunansi.
Yeah, man, it was fun. It was lit, as the youth says. No, they were heavy that part. Oh, cool. But like the people of the kingdom of Eswatini came in numbers. They came out to play. They came here they came to experience the fashion, also the food, and of course the music. So while we were there, we captured everything that we could. So without wasting any time, check it out.
The annual F&P Smooth Fest is usually at the start of the festive season and marks the end of the year for F&P customers and fun lovers countrywide. This year, the festival took place at Riders Ranch in Sitfowotwa Manzini. The festival, which is in its 4th year running, saw hundreds of people drive to Sitfowotwa and brave the wet weather to enjoy the music and festivities. The people of Eswatini sure know how to party and dress the part. Our fashion-focused camera spotted a few fashion-forward people who talked to us about their choice of invango for the day.
You're looking very lovely. Please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Nomfundo, Mrs. Chongwe.
And Mr. Chongwe.
You guys are looking very lovely. What inspired your look?
I just wanted to be comfortable and to look nice and represent our Africanism, that's all.
Salute to that.
You said to, and I had to comply.
I get it. She's always right.
I've been looking forward to this since last year, so I'm just here to have fun.
I said, when I look at you, I say my hotel queens. And it's part of the lineup for today. Tell us more.
It was a joke at first, but I was like, you know what, let's make it happen. And then I'm looking so looking forward to seeing Lyra, because she hasn't been in Eswatini forever. And always my favorites, Sans, Tribo, and Nomzamo, our Swazi artists. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Local artists Flowy and Velimseni also joined the party and shared their expectations for the night.
You know, I'm wondering, because you guys are together, obviously there's something. Are you working on something? What's happening?
We're always working on something. But we're literally friends.
Yeah. Have you worked on something, on a record or something?
Not yet. But we've spoken about it, and there's something going on.
Industry-wise, I'm sure you guys are interested. That's why you're here, because you've both performed here. How's the experience? You know, what's good about the Smooth Fest when it comes to artists, Swazi artists, local artists? Because you're coming just to watch, it's supporting. You've been performing, now you come to support. So it must mean something.
Well, it's a big platform. For F&B to actually approach artists and want them to be a part of, not just a part of, but to headline, is a big thing. It's a big deal.
Yeah. No, I mean, we're really happy to be here. I think it's nice to, like F&P treats they treat the artists really well, when they're performing. So it's really nice to see it on the other side and see, like every year it gets really, it gets great, it gets bigger and better. So I don't know, man.
There's a lot of young people that are watching. What advice would you give? Because you guys are talented. You obviously relate because you're doing something and it's great. And company is everything.
Yeah, I mean, just be you, do you. Don't try to be someone else. Don't try to fit into a box. Don't let people box you at the same time. Just stay true to what you love, and yeah.
Yeah, I'd say find people who are like-minded and who have similar goals and similar hearts and spirits as well, and you'll be just fine.
At the entrance was a whole line of exhibition stalls with local and international merchandise. There was everything from fashion, hair and beauty accessories, interior design, deco, and food.
We go under Cruise Designs, Eswatini.
What inspires you with this design?
I've actually got a passion for fashion. I love African trends and everything that just pops out, brings out color. I'm just so vibrant and Afro chic in everything I do.
Which means you like me. Okay. So,
For more information, you can go onto my Instagram page, which is Cruise Designs Eswatini, and you can follow us on Facebook as well, Cruise Designs Eswatini, and that's basically it.
so Nomaxole, you hear what inspires you to come up with those designs of tinwele since so adivele ukuthi asatfungele enhloko sesiyagcoka sikhumule. What inspires you?
Basically, beauty is a passion for me. I just wake up, I have ideas, I try them on. I have girls stopping me in the streets, asking me, where did I get this, where did I get that? So ideas just come naturally to me. And now, wigs, we know the wig life is so convenient. You don't have to stress when you're having a bad hair day. You just literally wake up and go. I call it instant glam. Wear and go. I am on Facebook. You can find me under Nomaxole Sphere, or also on Instagram, NomaQ.
Nice. Okay, thank you so much Nomaxole. Siyabona bukhati la kuhlimbela and maswati sawubona ngena ukuthi ngabe lo ngafika nje afana nami ungafike akunamacici akunani ungafika ungisinte kanje
Ukhona kwakho ukhona.
macici amnje kumbe angabita malini njengoba sengimuhle nje
Lawa only 50 emalangeni.
Okay, since sesatike ukuthi kunabo social media kumbe umfo ngekade abuye ku Smooth Fest atokufuna agcinekile angathola kuphi kanjani?
Khona ku Instagram.
There's what?
Adorable accessories.
Wine? Yes, lots of wine. It was the local wine boutique in Eswatini that supplied free wine tasting and schooled us on the variety of brands available.
I couldn't help but notice the, nice, besides the nice setting, it's just, I love wine, I'm into wine. What is it that you have that is exclusive, that is nice, that you guys are offering today? What's special?
So we are Belusine. I am this particular wine, and we are housed by the wine boutique in Mandinga in Eswatini, and so that's Lungile, who's the owner of the wine boutique.
This is Lungile. So where can they find you on social media? Where can they,
We are located at Mantenga Craft Center, behind the gables at Eswatini. We are on social media, the Wine Boutique SD on Facebook. We are the _Wine Boutique on Instagram, and we are at the Wine Boutique with a WE on Twitter. We are all over. We try our best to be visible. Yeah.
anything special today that you have? Sometimes you find that you can taste wine, you can do anything when this type of settings are around. What is it that you do?
Today we are very excited to be introducing Belusine wines. Yes, this premium, amazing, beautiful, fabulous wine will be available at the Wine Boutique from now. It's one of the best wines I've ever tasted. I think Tebo can tell us more about it. It's lovely.
Tell us more.
So it's a 100% black-owned wine. So the thing that's most prevalent, especially in the South African wine industry, is that you find most of the industry is owned by Caucasians and whites and Europeans. But this wine in particular is owned by black female ownership. I am a merchant of this wine in Swaziland, and it is a high-end wine. It is, we've got different cultivars. We've got Chardonnays, we've got Maninzi Shiraz, which is our flagship wine. We have the Cab Sauv Sauvignon, and then we have the Cab Sauv Merlot. So yeah.
I especially love the Shiraz. Yeah, that was the first one I ever tasted. You know what? There was a moment of silence. It is absolutely stunning. Yeah, and what I love about Belusine is that they really emphasize on the importance of making the wine breathe, pouring it into a decanter before you actually consume it. That makes the wine more enjoyable. They educate you on how to pair it with the food correctly so that the wine comes out. You enjoy it better that way. Yes, yeah.
Tell us more about wine tasting. We were talking earlier, and you were saying, there's different ways, of tasting wine and stuff like that.
That's actually something that you would be very much. I think the Wine Boutique is very much into that kind of conscientizing the public about how to enjoy wine. Because I don't know if you've heard of the term wine connoisseurs. We want to develop a culture of connoisseurs in Swaziland, because we know there is an appreciation for wines, and especially good tasting wines. So like she was saying, with the Manizi Shiraz and the Curb Serve Merlot, in fact with all of our wines, there's a process to drinking the wine. So you have to let it breathe, you decanter it, and then you let it breathe maybe for an hour or so, and then you can get like the best taste.
The headlining act was none other than the music sensation and powerhouse Lyra and an unforgettable Maskandi group, the Mahotela Queens. They performed alongside with the big guns in the kingdom, including Sands, Zamo, Symphony and Xipo Intellectual. When we arrived, we settled in just in time to catch the incredible talent that is Xipo Intellectual in action. We sat down to talk to him after his performance and found out what his musical journey has been like this year.
Mina ngifuna kuva ukuthi nje unothe unje usirepresenta unothe songubani?
Well ngathi 80% myself ngoba ngilijala embutho vele ngabutheka so kubukimi vele ukuthi ngihlale nginothile so ngihambe ngayofuna nasifashinas, it's one of a kind. Ngahamba ngayoskupa ngaskupa. I haven't seen it anywhere else, you know, and bengifuna ukuthi basibone bamfu ukuthi lana kunekunotha lokuthide. It's from Lihia. This has become a trademark of mine. I see a lot of guys on Instagram, you know, picking it up. That's pretty cool. So the sash now, it's yabona ukuthi ilihia, but at the same time uyenda ukuthi ibe contempt yabo and ibe cosmopolitan and modern. Yeah.
Silibonile libhange lithatha mostly emaswati ukuthi awethe a perform kumbe kulo mcimbi wabo. Ungatibongela uthini wena?
Ngabonga kakhulu, not just for myself. I mean ngabongela just emaswati onke, you know, because it's not just about me as the artist lapha stage, but umuntu nakabona lenye liswati lapha, it resonates with them. Uyabona ukuthi nathi simgcoka, uyabona ngathanza kuwabongela vele emaswati ukuthi lokuthi basibeke lapha stage, it does something enhlitweni tabo, you know, kuyakhombisa ukuthi they see what's going on and they see ukuthi we matter, you know. And
F&P Smooth Fest chose South African actress and comedian Dumi Morake to MC the event. The bubbly Dumi was in Eswatini for the first time. She held back no punches on stage and kept the crowd in stitches as she tried to master the romantic Swati language.
Any opportunity to do comedy somewhere new, somewhere different. Okay. And also if you are able to just use your name to get people to come and support local acts. Because for me, if I'm coming there and I'm with your David Cows and your, you know, Skumbas or whatever, for me the crowd comes because they're like, hey, those guys are here and we know they're huge. But the best surprise they get is to see how strong their local talent is. Then when we leave, they're still plowing back, they're still paying to watch those guys because they go, but that guy was so hot, he stood on the same stage as Odumi and killed it, you know? So, yeah.
Give me a chance, I want this change. Open the door, please let me in. I'll give you my best, I'll show you me everywhere.
The night continued on a high with Symphony serenading the crowds. This beautiful songbird had an interesting year in her music, and she spoke to Owake about her moves in 2018.
It's been like an amazing journey, a long one, but I always like to specify how it's not been easy, but it's a lot of hard work. Representing Eswatini in Europe was a really huge deal for me. It was like a privilege. I really am grateful for that opportunity. It was awesome. People that are outside, especially out of Africa, they love what we have to offer. We don't have to try to be like them or do stuff like they do. They want to see what we have, and that's what I learned. You know, like as you go out, you should be yourself. Don't try to be someone. Just be yourself. Authenticity is key. It's what makes you you, what makes you unique, and it's what sells. Okay, a lot of people ask me this question. Who's your designer? What I do is I just imagine this thing and I'm like, I want to wear something like this, and I have this person, his name is Gift Chama, he's in Bavon, so I just ask him to do something like this. he just do what I say he must do, and then it just comes up. So basically, I design it, and then they make it.
Fashion, food, and music. That's how the F&P Smooth Fest stays on top of the game.
And what a way to kick off the first season of Eswatini Lifestyle. The season whereby it's a festive season, a season of family, the season of love, and a season of togetherness. And we also want to celebrate that with you. But in the meantime, you do follow us on social media platforms, and yeah, let's get chatting. But for now, let's take a net break. See you after this.
Welcome back. Emfuleni Lifestyle is a talk of the town. Everybody who wants to chill goes there. We wanted to know why. So sathi asivakashele Sifiso Dlamini, aka Daladi. We wanted to know about the business and his vision about the place.
When Emfuleni Lifestyle opened its doors in 2017, a few people understood what was about to go down in that area below the bridge Emfujini in Zuluini. Emfuleni Lifestyle was soon on everyone's lips. The boutique hotel, restaurant, Shisanyama and chill spot was a much-needed addition to Eswatini's entertainment places. The brains behind the concept is Sifiso Dlamini, popularly known as Daladi. Just over a year in action, the business seems to be growing in remarkable measures. The reason is clear. Sifiso is an entrepreneur. He started out in the agriculture business, and when he saw a gap in hospitality and entertainment, he made his move and Emfuleni Lifestyle was born.
I'm trained as an agronomist, so I have 2 qualifications in agriculture, and then the final one is a degree in agronomy. So then I started doing things associated with farming, but the market's changed. At the time it was okay, to a certain extent. The country had droughts, and one of the things that maybe I have as a person is the ability to change, I'm not set in concrete. So wherever there's an opportunity to change, I change. It's not a long thought out process. I do it immediately and I change. So I had to shift, because then the market started going down and my sales are not. So then I changed and I went into hospitality and entertainment. It started as a brainstorm, really. It was never my intention to go into hospitality and entertainment, but a brainstorm turned into a business, and here we are today.
The design of the place is simple yet exquisite. The entertainment area, restaurant and bar is a concept that was discussed between 2 brothers who are on the same creative level, which made things easy.
First of all, it was very hard finding an architect that could understand. So I eventually used my own brother, Menzi, who's an architect. And he knows my brain, so it was easy to translate from my brain to a paper. I wanted something that will be contemporary, something that will be traditional, but also something that will be classy, without it being expensive. Because some people associate class with expense. It can be classy, but it's not expensive. So I wanted wide open areas. Because Emfuleni is really about families. It's about every walk of person that comes into this place. We want to be open to different functions. It's not about events per se, but it's about a lifestyle. You can come here and have food, you can swim, you can stay at the hotel. So I wanted something that would be open and not claustrophobic. And I think, in a sense, we were able to achieve that.
The boutique hotel stands tall on the premises. You will find 16 rooms for accommodation, and all 16 rooms have different designs. Each room has its own character. Sifiso's creativity, style, and love for photography played a role in creating the look of each room. He picked individual and unique pieces for every room, including the wallpaper, carpets, art pieces, side tables, and light fixtures for each room.
The ideas come from being a person who sounds like Fonza, to be creative, to look at what other people are doing and try and replicate it, or maybe even do it better. The idea of a boutique hotel was always being boutique. It's got such a niche market that we're trying to achieve and get, and which we have got. But also in design, you don't want to stagnate and have the same thing you know. And if you go to a typical hotel room, it's the same, you know. If you come to Mfuleni, every room has got a surprise, from the furniture to the lights to the fittings to the wallpaper. And you know, even if I could get 100 rooms, I still could do 100 different designs, because the world is full of designs. And that's what we want to be associated with, lifestyle and style.
Sfiso is an entrepreneur first. He constantly thinks of new ways to improve his business. There are many plans to extend Mfuleni to accommodate a second restaurant and a children's play area. Even the Sibaya on the premises will serve as an amphitheater for local musicians in the near future.
You know, and we all know because Sibaya is an integral part of traditional Swazi homestead. You know, because that's where you've got the animals, the cattle, and all these other things. So it was significant for what I'm doing, because as much as we are going modern, but still as kumbule pelema roots, you know. And funny enough, this bar is a very big hit.
Sfiso constantly shares his success with others who are less fortunate. He has lots of social responsibility drives, which he personally funds.
is a very gifted country in many ways. There are circles, sectors of our society that have been neglected. It may not be deliberate neglect, but it's just services and advice and wisdom not getting to some of those places. So with the experience that I have and things that I have access to, I felt we would see, you know what, let me go out and see and speak to these kids who, for them, some of the experiences that the kids here in the urban areas now, they've never had those. Even they've never had mentorship. And so mine was always to go out and speak to them. First of all, find out what the issues are, you know, in their different communities, and how we can help with whoever friends that we can find to come and help donate or bring experiences aid for, or any other form of help that we can bring. So mine was always to also motivate them. It doesn't mean that's the end of you. You know, I also come from an environment where, you know, if you look at me now, you wouldn't have thought I'd get here. So they mustn't despair, having come from that kind of environment. And you'd be surprised how many of our children out there are very smart. Very smart. It's just an issue of services not getting to them, maybe various facilities not being available to them. So I'll continue to do that. I think it's a mission of which I would appeal to people, even viewers, you know, watching over television. So let's hold hands and try and add value to the rural communities. If it was easy, everyone would do it. You know, I always say, even now with what we're doing, it's hard. It's not easy. You know, we've got many challenges, but you have to keep trying. You know, sometimes when you want to quit, you must remind yourself why you started in the first place. You know, in the typical example, I know you work out. You know, one of the things about gym is it's hard. You know, the results they take long. Sometimes you want to quit, but if you quit, then you're like the last guy that quit. You know, and he never succeeded anyway because he quit. So I would say to people at home or people watching, you know, whatever that you set your mind on, see it to the end. It's not going to be easy, but that doesn't mean you must stop.
On Eswatini Lifestyle, we have a lot of intelligent conversation for who's who in the land, and we show you what's trending and all the cool places where cool people live.
We also introduce talents that you never thought exist in this beautiful country of Eswatini. Ungakhohlwa ukusimema emcimbini wakho. Social media, let's chat. Your comments and suggestions are welcome.
We have inspiration with interviews, with fine art, and of course music on the next episode of Eswatini Lifestyle.
For tonight, me and Lunga and the rest of the team, goodbye.
Love and light to you.